KDSK, K-Tahoe, Wednesday night Knucklehead radio program. It's me, the Insane Darrell Wayne.
Gary the Bomber Bombalicki.
And as promised, we talked about it last hour. We have it this hour. We have Gary Calamar on the line. Gary, are you there?
I am here, although I didn't know this was Knucklehead Radio.
This is Knucklehead Radio.
Oh, my goodness. I wish I would have known in advance.
Well, you could put on the uniform, and you could learn the handshake and know the salute.
Yes, exactly.
Now, the beauty of this is that Gary is not unaccustomed to doing radio because you have a show on KCRW in the L.A. area, right?
That is right. Yeah, KCRW, it's an NPR station, but we've got a lot of great music on the show. And, yeah, I've been there for a good 10 or 15 years or so.
Wow. Another former guest of the Knuckleheads, Harry Shearer, does a program over there as well,
yes,
right?
Exactly. We're both on Sundays. He's on Sunday morning, and I'm on Sunday evening.
Yeah, called Le Show, I think is the name of his one. And
exactly.
Tell me, before we get into the meat of the matter, what your KCRW show is all about.
I kind of have a loose slogan for the show that is adventurous pop music, both timely and timeless.
Wow.
So I don't really say that on the air all that much, if ever. But
because
that's
it's a tongue twister, first of all.
Yes, that's my credo, where I'll play anything from, Slim Harpo or Hank Williams to the newest stuff that's happening right now, to Best Coast and things like that.
Well, we were talking earlier a couple of days ago, lining up the interview, and, we were all sort of raised on Top 40 radio.
Absolutely.
And
I grew up in New York. Was a big fan of WABC back there with Cousin Brucey and a bunch of good guys, WMCA good guys, and I grew up there, and then switched over to WNEW FM when the kind of more interesting music started coming out in the late '60s. And I probably, like you guys, was the guy with the transistor radio under my pillow listening all night.
Yeah, a little flashlight because you had to watch it for some reason, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't know what it was going to do, but you had to keep an eye on it.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. And of course, here in Los Angeles, KHJ Boss Radio was the big thing from probably 1965 until 1972 or 73. It was the number one station before, as you said, everybody jumped from AM to FM. And obviously music had a dominant influence in your life and your career, obviously, at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was always kind of trying to do whatever I could to hear more music and get, free records sent to me. I worked a lot of retail. I actually have a book that came out a couple years ago about record stores called Record Store Days. Just about my love for record stores. I mean, I was the kind of also, just can't go past a record store without going in there and going through the racks. And, if ever I'm visiting another city, I mean, that's usually the first stop is to go to the cool record store. And worked at clubs, managed bands, like I say, whatever I can do to kind of stay near the music. And eventually started working at KCRW here. And, I do some music supervision for TV shows and things like that to pay the bills.
Yeah.
And, thank goodness I've been able to stay in the business.
So tell us a little bit about some of the music supervision for some of the shows. The reason that we were contacted to talk to you was because of True Blood, which is a show. Have you been associated since the beginning, or did you come on a little later?
No, I've been associated since the beginning. We're in our 5th season now, and we'll be back next year for season 6. And, I'm working with a guy, Alan Ball, who wrote American Beauty, and he was also the guy behind the HBO show 6 Feet Under, which was a big hit.
Oh, that was one of my favorite shows of all time, I think.
Yeah, well, I was the music. I started working with Alan on 6 Feet Under from the beginning.
Oh, what a great program that was.
Yes, it was phenomenal, and that's where I really kind of learned the ropes, doing that show. And, fortunately, Alan loves to put a lot of music in the shows, so we have a decent budget to do it with, so we get to have a little fun with the music on 6 Feet Under. And I think we're actually having more fun on True Blood because it was funny. Our first meeting on True Blood, we were kind of throwing out some music ideas, and Alan Ball just said, hey, this is a show about werewolves and vampires. Let's have a good time with this.
Yeah, and certainly the Twilight popularity could not have hurt.
Could not have heard. I think we came out a little before Twilight.
Right. I was going to say from a timing perspective.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Yeah, leveraging off of that couldn't have been all that bad.
Absolutely not. We have we're on HBO, so we have more sex than Twilight. But,
and
we'll
then there's
edge.
then there's the television show, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you were telling me when we were talking earlier that every show thematically sort of revolves around a song, or a song revolves around the show, one way or the other. And let's talk about the Let's Boot and Rally, the Iggy Pop tune that we're going to play here in a second.
I would love to. Yeah, well, first of all, Iggy People reached out to us, and he said he was a fan of True Blood. And, we have done a couple of new recordings over the years. We've done one with Donovan did a new recording for us, and Nick Cave and Nico Case and the band The Heavy. Throughout the years, we've been able to, what's the word? Enlist people to do some new songs for us.
Right.
So Iggy People had reached out and just said, just so you know, Iggy's a fan. If something comes up, please keep him in mind.
One question I had was, first of all, True Blood is not the first television program to include music thematically as part of the show itself. Where did that really start? Did that go back to Melrose or 90210, or
well, it seems like in the last 20 years or more, it's just they started using music. For me, I was really starting to noticing it on the show The Wonder Years.
Right. Oh yeah, well that was a great throwback. Yeah.
Yeah, and they use music really beautifully in that show. And then 90210 and all those shows just started using more music, and thankfully that created a nice little job opening for music supervisors.
Right, and I've noticed that a lot of the programs at this point actually at the end of the show will say, featured in this show was music by, and it'll name the group and say, maybe even mention their website if you'd like more information about them. So
yeah, that's true. And it is great, especially these days how, not talking about stations like yours and mine, but, radio stations are just getting so tight as far as, getting on a playlist these days, that getting a song played in a TV show is really valuable to the artist. And the fact that people know they can just, look it up on the website and pretty much, find the song, 5 seconds after it airs. And
great
even
news,
own it after that.
Let's go ahead and play the song by Iggy, and we're going to come back and talk about how it came to be. This
Perfect.
is Iggy Pop and Bethany
Cosentino, who's in an LA band called The Best Coast.
Yeah, and there's some great LA bands, and that's one of them. This is called Let's Boot and Rally. It's K-Tahoe, KDSK. It's Wednesday Night Knucklehead, and also where this is being broadcast and recorded for broadcast on My Turn.